Hey everyone, Shebim here and welcome back to more World Tag League here on Fire Pro Wrestling World. We are back with episode number 2 for the third time in this attempt. And we are going to have another 2 matches here, which would mean that all 8 of these wrestlers had wrestled once in this group so far. So if you didn't see last episode, please do check it out. But I will go through the results now. The Young Bucks defeated Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian of Bad Influence, and Tyler Bate and Trent Seven and Mustache Mountain defeated Beer Money. So in this video we have got the Unbreakable F Machines, Brian Cage and Michael Elgin. We've got Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. We've got the Briscoe brothers, and we have got Project Ego. So which way are we going to go? How are we going to play things out? Right, Chris Travis trivia against the Briscoes. Project Ego versus the Briscoes. Let's go. Boom. I'm trying to get through these videos quicker now, recording-wise, because I don't want the game to update itself again. The rest of the lose our entire save file again, because that was really annoying. Right, here we go then. Jay and Mark Briscoe, the Briscoe Bros, making their way down to the ring. Of course, facing off against Project Ego, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate. Should be a fun little match, this one. And of course, as I said previous episode, the top... no, actually, no, we're not going to do what I said last. I don't think that's the right thing to do. Well, let me know what you want to see in the comment section down below. I said that the top 2 from each group would then go through to another group of 8 and wrestle again. But I feel that might be a bit overkill on this tournament. It's already going to have well over 100 matches, so maybe that's a bit too much. So maybe we will do, just like I said before, the top 3 from each group go into a knockout. That's not going to work, is it? Still going to have to the top 2 from each group, isn't it? The top 2 from each group are going to have to go into a knockout tournament. Or the top 4 from each group. I don't know. Maybe the top 4. No, the top 2 from each group can go through into a knockout tournament, I think. Well, let me know what you want to see in the comment section down below. It's a while away. We can figure out what we're going to do moving forward about how we're going to complete this. So we have got 4 groups of 8 teams, if you've not seen it already. We're just working on Group A at the moment. Once Group A is finished, we will keep a mark of who came first, second, third, fourth, all that sort of stuff. And like I said, the top teams will go through and challenge to become the champions of the World Tag League. So a double powerbomb there by Project Ego, Martin Kirby and Chris Travis. One of my favourite tag teams when I was watching the UK indie scene. If you don't know who they are, you can always check them out. I'm sure a lot of people might know who Martin, especially the UK scene, will know who Martin Kirby is. He's quite popular on their Working World of Sport and so forth. Chris Travis was his tag team partner a few years back. Unfortunately, became quite ill and passed away. But he was a very, very good wrestler. Very, very good wrestler. He was he was actually in TNA's boot camp, and he'd also had trials with WWE as well. I dare say if it's just busted open, Mark Briscoe or Jay Briscoe even. I dare say if things are carried on the way they were, then Chris Travis definitely would be in NXT right now, NXT UK at least. So, yeah, Jay Briscoe busted open here in this match. Now, locking in that armbar on Chris Travis early on. I wonder what sort of difference this match is going to make with that, that busting open. It's quite a heavy one as well. Trade of chops here by Kirby and Jay Briscoe. Briscoe comes out on top, but drops straight afterwards. Of course, I think he's struggling here. As you would be when you get busted open like that. Jay Briscoe just goes straight through Martin Kirby, though. Nice step of insecurity by Martin Kirby. On Jay Briscoe now. Mark Briscoe's in. Oh, nice. Snap suplex on Mark Briscoe. But Mark fights back with a boot. Yeah, it is Mark Briscoe. I think Mark Briscoe's one with the longer beard. It's difficult to tell sometimes in this game, to be honest. Especially when they got a tag team that look very similar like these two. Wow. There was a lot of stuff going on there, wasn't it? There's the pin, though, by Martin Kirby, only for a 1 count. Brings in Chris Travis. Nice spinning heel kick to the back there by Martin Kirby as Chris Travis now drags Mark Briscoe away, then catching the back of the head with a kick again. Oh, nice snap suplex there by Mark Briscoe as well. Brings Jay back in. Like I said, Jay is busted open pretty badly, though. I don't know how much energy is just leaking from the body. Nice. And it's a single leg Boston Crab here, locked in by Mark Briscoe, but Martin Kirby comes across and breaks it up very, very well. Chris Travis now gets on the back, but gets caught with a drop toe hold. Travis face plants now. Oh, nice. Doomsday device. Oh, it's only a 2 count though. That was pretty close, I must admit. Very, very close. Wow. What a vertical suplex there by Jay Briscoe and Martin Kirby. Oh, nice DDT as well by Chris Travis. And a running drop kick. That was brutal as well. So much brutality. Travis now. Oh, nice bit of tag team work being shown by Ego. Kirby just takes out Jay Briscoe. That's been pretty good actually for the tag team maneuvers. I mean, with some of the stuff we've seen the Doomsday device with the drop kick by the Briscoes. We saw the other one as well by Project Ego. A nice boot in the gut there by Travis, breaking it up straight away. Kirby had the pin locked in, but Mark Briscoe was there to break it up. Nice drop kick to the back of Martin Kirby as well. Jay Briscoe now the pin. 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Drop toe hold there by Jay Briscoe, who then makes an tag to Mark Briscoe. The tag in by Martin Kirby. Oh, nice boots there by Jay Briscoe. And there it is, the complete shot by Jay Briscoe on Chris Travis. But then he got too close to Kirby, who just grabbed him. Nice takedown there. It's been a pretty good match between these two, both knowing how important these first 5 points are to get you off the mark. Nice headbutt there by Travis, who heads up top. Big elbow. And another big elbow as well. Nice snap suplex. Oh, nice takedown there by Jay Briscoe. Jay sending Travis off, ducks him, catches him with a great Hurricanrana, and now locks in the submission hold. And another complete. They love the complete shot in this game, don't they? They really love the complete shot in this game. Nice. You see there, Jay Briscoe taking out both members of Project Ego, but Martin Kirby catches him. Martin Kirby with a powerbomb. And I think the referee's checking him. Yes, I think the referee's giving it. He's saying Jay Briscoe is not capable of continuing on. Wow. Project Ego get the victory. What a powerbomb that was. Referee needs to check him. There's a lot of red liquid behind the head of Jay Briscoe there. Wow, a win then for Project Ego via knockout, essentially. I think when Jay Briscoe was busted open earlier in the match, that really was a big issue for them. And eventually, it led to Project Ego getting the victory. Which means we've got just 2 teams left that have not played so far. And that is this match right here. Brian Cage and Michael Elgin versus David Richards and Eddie Edwards. The Unbreakable F Machines versus the American Wolves. Wolves. And here we go then, Brian Cage and Michael Elgin make their way down to the ring. Of course, we've got a definite strength advantage here for these two. It's going to be very, very difficult, I think, isn't it? And here then are Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards of the American Wolves. Of course, they're not a tag team anymore, but they're one of my favourite tag teams. I mean, I remember when I first sort of got into the indie scene, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards were... Well, Davey Richards was a single star. He was probably at the top end of his career at that point in time. He was champion for a lot of big companies and so forth. And yeah, I said I really appreciated his work he was doing. Wow. Good bit of work there by both these guys. And from there on, of course, we created the tag team, the American Wolves. It was just really good. I really enjoyed every part of it, and yeah, a big fan of them. And a big fan of Brian Cage and Michael Elgin as well. When I saw these two tag for the first time in PWG, I was just stunned. It was just really clever as well, because the two guys, obviously so well known for their incredible strength, put them together as a tag team was just quite hilarious. And you used to see stuff like the vertical suplex. You know where they hold people up with the vertical suplex? They hold them, let them think about the woe they're in. That sort of thing, but they would pass it between them. So Cage would pass it to Elgin, who would pass it back to Cage. It was just really fun. And it's a shame we don't see much of them tagging together anymore, to be honest with you. Elgin seems to have... I don't know the best way to put it. He seems to have disappeared a little bit. I don't seem to see him as often. I know there was a few issues at some point last year where... Well, I don't want to get too much into it, but there was some stuff happened for one of Elgin's companies that he was running, I think, and it wasn't necessarily handled very well. I mean, it wasn't like Elgin doing anything dodgily. I think it just wasn't that Elgin just didn't handle the situation very well, and I think that got him in a little bit of problems, I think. I don't know. Nice. Elgin there with the backdrop. Of course, we already know 3 teams in this group have got 5 points. 3 are on 0. It is the Bucks, Mustache Mountain, and now Project Ego. Top of the group on 5 points each. And one of these 2 teams will join them. So it'll be interesting now, because that means all of the teams have had at least 1 match. So in the next episode, I think we'll obviously... I think the best way of doing it, I wonder whether it's just worth having all the people that are on 5 face off against the people who are on 0. Just in a different order, and see if that works, or have the 2 people on 5 face each other. I sort of want to do it the other way around. I think I want to do the 5s and the 0. I want to try and... I don't want to make it obvious who's going to go through before the end. So I might try and keep people on the same amount of points if I can, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't want to put all the easy teams against the good teams early on, and it be like a massive gap that's not able to be caught up. I want to try and keep it as exciting as possible for as long as possible. As they would do in real life. They'd never make it too obvious, would they? They'd never make it so it finishes halfway through the tournament. David Richards now dragging Brian Cage, and big forearm. Richards now with the elbow to the back of Cage, and a double foot stomp to the back of Cage as well. Richards again with the elbow to the back of Cage, and now into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. There's the tag. In comes Eddie Edwards, and Brian Cage just caught him with that stiff right hand. Edwards sending Cage off the ropes, but Cage managed to hold on. I love how small Cage's head is. It looks really weird. It doesn't... I mean, it should be bigger than that, surely. Surely it should be bigger than that. And, oh, jackhammer by Brian Cage on Eddie Edwards. And David Richards was there to break it up. Again, Brian Cage taking him up. And again, another jackhammer. And again, David Richards was there to break it up. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't quite know why that... Elgin's not coming in to protect that, to be honest with you. There's the tag. Look at that, a double powerbomb neckbreaker by the American Wolves on Brian Cage. But Elgin fighting back. Of course, Elgin is now the legal man. Just shoulder block straight through. Dave Richards into a Boston Crab. Is Richards going to tap? No, he doesn't. Nice headbutt to the back by Davey Richards. Only a 1 count. Look at the strength, the gorilla press, and slam down. David Richards now DDT. Brutality. Stiff strikes and a forearm as well. Elgin with a pin, but it's right in front of Eddie Edwards, who breaks it instantly. Pin now by David Richards, only for a 1 count. Elgin now with Davey Richards. Oh, nice boot by Davey Richards. There's the tag. In comes Brian Cage once again, but Richards catching Cage with the back elbows. Now Richards sending Elgin off the ropes while Richards are able to get across and make the tag into Eddie Edwards. And again, Richards catching Cage with the elbows, and Eddie Edwards bringing Elgin back in. And wow, it's all completely just turned to crap at the moment. The referee's lost complete control of this match. Ankle lock here by Eddie Edwards, and Elgin was there to break it up. And now a submission again locked in. It's a reverse dragon sleeper. Is Cage going to tap? No, Cage able to break free using his strength once again. But you feel like we're starting to get to that point in the match where any maneuver could finish it. Alabama slam by Brian Cage on Eddie Edwards. Cage now big discus lariat as well. Drags Edwards away from the ropes. There's the pin even. Are in there for a 1 count. There was a rope break and Cage taking Edwards up. We've seen this a few times already. There's a jackhammer. Too close to the ropes. But the damage is being done. It's a lot of damage as well. Nice. Cage. I feel like Unbreakable machines are looking very, very strong here though. I really are. They do look so, so strong. There's the tag. In comes Michael Elgin. The American Wolves once again getting control, but Brian Cage using his strength. Elgin with the pin. Cage blocks off Edwards. It was only there for a 2.9 though. Big German. Fold him in half. Big clothesline there as well by Davey Richards. And there is... Oh, if it was going to go for the pin, but no, he locks the arm in the submission. And Cage was able to get there. Edwards was not able to break it up sufficiently. And it looks like they're just stacking them up here. And Edwards up top. Also, Davey Richards up top, should I say. Looking for that headbutt. I think he hit it as well. Elgin catches him and trade off of strikes. Not quite sure who's best off in this situation. I mean, Davey Richards is very well known for his strikes. There we go. But, of course, Elgin with his strength. And there we go. Wow. Right on script there, wasn't it? They really helped me out there. Elgin, big German suplex, keeps the grip, rolls the hit for a second. But again, it's just too close to Eddie Edwards, who breaks it up straight away. And it's hectic again as all 4 men inside the ring. Elgin's up on his feet, but not looking the best for wear for it. Takes Richards up. Oh, inverted Death Valley driver. That could be enough. There's the pin. 1. No, Edwards is going to get there in time once again. As Cage just completely flattens Edwards. Richards gets on the back of Elgin. Discus forearm once again, bringing Richards back up to his feet. There's the tag. Double powerbomb by the Unbreakable effing machines. I wish they were a little bit quicker in trying to stop people getting across and making that tag. Trade of blows here between Brian Cage and Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards with the drop kick. Getting the best of that. Cage back up to his feet. But Edwards takes him up. Oh, into a Falcon Arrow. Edwards now springboard crossbody. Not even going to go for a springboard yet on this game. That's quite nice. And now has the leg. And that's a tap straight away. Wow. Brian Cage taps out. Edwards just completely distorted the leg. And there we go. Victory for the Unbreakable effing machines. Nope. Victory for the American Wolves. I messed that one up, didn't I? It was a pretty good match. Torture half crab. I think it was also like a half Boston crab, but he just had his boot right on the top of the head, which just created even more pain, didn't it, really? But there we go. Eddie Edwards gets the victory over Brian Cage. Now, if we look at the rankings, now then we've got 5 teams. We've got 4 teams on 5 points and 4 teams on 0. Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks. Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards of the American Wolves. Martin Kirby and Chris Travis of Project Ego. And Tyler Bate and Trent Seven of Mustache Mountain On 0 points, we've got Brian Cage and Michael Elgin of the Unbreakable Effing Machines, Mark and Jay Briscoe, the Briscoe Brothers, Bobby Roode and James Storm of Beer Money, and Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian of course, Bad Influence. Next time, then, I think we will do we'll do the teams that won against teams that lost, and see if any of the teams that lost can sort of just get themselves back in this one. I'm sure some of them will, and I'm sure some of them might not be able to. Be interested what happens. But of course, that'll be next episode. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, please do hit a like. And of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back for you on Tuesday for our next episode of Fire Pro Wrestling World, the World Tag League. Bye.